Hey everybody, it's Dave here. We are live at the 2-minute warning. Time to hit the roll-in. Welcome to Vikings First and SKOLs, live at the 2-minute warning. Next. And I'm back. Here we go. We're in a festive mood. Hopefully the defense can stop the Seahawks. We are at the 2-minute warning. We're doing commercial at this point in time. I'm trying to get out the tweets and the links and the posts and everything else. I want to welcome everybody that's joined us so far. Hello there, Peter. How are you doing? Can we hold out to win this game is my question. What do you think, Peter? Can we hold out to win this game? Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I'm doing the nog thing today. My favorite recipe, the Four Roses bourbon. Homemade from scratch eggnog recipe. So we shall see. Got the tweets out, ready to rock, ready to roll. All right. And we still got commercials. I wish they would end. It would be nice. I am streaming, everybody, unfortunately, through YouTube because it's the only way I can get it. So if you feel like spoiling, go ahead and spoiling. Hey, Chuck SKOL. Oh, and yes, I feel you, brother. I feel you. Absolutely feel you. It is a little bit nerve-wracking on this one. You hope. Yes. All right. Let's see how this goes. Now, big breath, because I haven't a clue how this is going to end. We need a turnover bad. Hey, Forlorn, cheers, my friend, cheers. And there's Steve Waterhouse. Let's go D. Absolutely, let's go defense. Right now, it is 4th and 15. They're bringing out the place kicker for a field goal, 60-yard field goal attempt to tie it up as I'm watching. Let's see how it goes. Snap up, and it is short. It is short. The Vikings ball with 1:55 left. All 3 timeouts left, and the Seahawks have 2 timeouts left. The Vikings, due to the fact that the Seahawks just kicked it short, have retained the lead 27-24 and get the ball back. Yeah, baby, with 1:55 left. Let's get it downfield and then run some clock. Can we do that? Yes. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing? You're starting to think that KOC's an adrenaline junkie. I can understand that. I fully can understand that. And that's good. He just very well may be. He may be teasing everybody. Hey, Chevy, good to see you as well. I love that it was short. Now, we did have something go our way today, but we got to hold on to this win for it to matter. And they're showing it on the TV right now here, and that is the Eagles. They play Dallas next week, which should be a win for them, but they lost today to the Washington Commanders. So we got to win today to keep up with the Kittens. Kittens won handily in the first noon game set against the Chicago Bears. However, I did notice watching that game that the Chicago Bears could drive on the Kittens all day. They were just inept in certain parts of that. So that's a good thing. All right, we got Jones taking the ball, swinging out to the left, gets about 2.5 yards. And there we go. Got to get the first down. You got that right, Chuck. Let's get the first down. Let's get a couple of them. Just eat the clock as we go downfield. is a good deal. They're showing highlights of JJ right now, who has had an outstanding game, quietly, if you want to call it that, but he has. I hate when that happens. All right. Here we go. Everybody's up. They're prepping for the play. Sammy D is calling the play in the huddle. The 12th man has been noisy today because we let him be, and that's wrong. All right, Sammy D under center. Takes a snap. It's a play action pass, and he dives down for the sack. Interesting. Keep the clock running. Keep the clock running. So, can't afford to turn the ball over, so he just eats it and slides down, takes a sack. Okay. Different. Now, it's 4th and 15. We're going to give the ball back. Why? They're going down to about a minute, something. About a minute. Minute 1. Seconds left. All right. Fig nuts. Now, can we rely on the defense? It should be a question mark. Jonathan, 12th man, you mean the refs. Well, they did at least the 13th yes on that one. But the crowd has been noisy, and it hopefully shouldn't be. But it is what it is. All right. Mr. Wright's back there. He's had some big punts today. Let's hope this one's another one. Hopefully I didn't jinx him. We'll see. Yeah, Chuck, you can't handle this. I know I'm having a hard time too. Fig nuts, yes, we can. Yes, we can. We got to do this. We got to do this. Somewhere. And the punt is away. It's angling out of bounds. Good, right around. They're going to mark it at the... You can stop walking up the sideline there, line judge. All right. Switching screens real quick. Bringing in one of our lovely and beautiful guests. That should be a hint as to who it is. Hey there, Sal.
Hi. I can't hear, so I might have to go out and come back.
Okay. No problem.
My headphones aren't working.
Gotcha. You're looking good, though.
Oh, thank you.
You heard that. All right. And ball snapped. Whistle's blown. We've got illegal motion on the Sea Chickens. Yes. Marching backwards. Marching backwards. Let's please keep marching them backwards. If we can. March them all the way back. Heck, let's get a safety. Let's get a pick 6. I would love that. Sort of calling for one earlier in the day from Mr. Van Ginkel. But let's see what happens. We have 55 seconds left on the clock. By what I'm watching. Ball snapped. Thrown long. Picked off. Picked off. Picked off. Yes. Woohoo. Yes, yes, yes. SKOL, George. All right. Theo Jackson wins the game. And check out that celebration. You betcha. Way to go, Theo. This works. All right. I'm going to switch back to single screen while we wait on Sal to get back in. All right. SKOL to the bowl. You got that right, George. You got that right. Did you see that, Sal? Yes. Theo Jackson's first interception.
I can't believe it. Oh my God.
That is wonderful. I think it's fantastic. And we got 49 seconds. All they have to do is line up in a victory formation.
God.
And we're going to take this one home. Ha ha. Wow. unsportsmanlike conduct on the Sea Chickens. Not that it matters. We're kneeling it down, running out the clock.
Unsportsmanlike? I think I'm on play.
I'm streaming, so I'm going to be behind you. You're going to be watching live.
I'm on streaming also. Oh, am I blurry?
I can barely hear you.
Am I blurry?
A little bit, but you're fine. And
I had them backwards. Can you hear me now?
yes,
Okay.
much better. And hey,
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Vikings win, Vikings win, Vikings win. Final score, Vikings 27, Seahawks 24. Your Minnesota Vikings go to 13-2.
I can't believe it.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Where's my phone?
I don't
I need
know.
to retweet. Thank you. Can we grab my beer? Oh my God, I can't believe it. We've won 8 games in a row.
Hey, it is what it is, and it was so good. And we scored in the fourth quarter. We scored in all 4 quarters, which is good. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my God, that would have been so bad.
Yes.
Oh my God. All right, I gotta post a pic for the link.
Okay, you do that.
Oh my God. Oh my. Huh?
I'm going to bring on Darren as well.
Oh, Darren's here. Let's party.
Yes, it is. Hold on. Let me bring you back up. And we got Darren in the house.
Hi, Darren.
Hello, Sal.
How are you?
I'm good.
Why am I
Can you hear
yelling?
me?
How are you? I can. Yes.
Okay, yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not using my regular microphone. Working remotely here, so wasn't sure. Wow. What do you got there? What are you drinking there, Sal?
It's a salted caramel oatmeal stout.
Ooh,
that's a lot of words there for a beer.
I know. It's from Broken Clock Brewery in Minneapolis.
Oh.
My friend's there. Oh, thank you. Whose dog is barking?
Awesome.
Everybody's celebrating.
That's Merlin. He's being loud, and I forgot to close the door. But it is what it is.
Oh, well, that's okay.
He's celebrating.
Yeah, there's a lot to celebrate. All right, I just got to fire off this tweet. So we already have 62 people in here? Oh my God.
Yes. Darren, what'd you think?
I think, once again, like a pretty solid road game by the Vikings. Wish the offense would have been able to put together a bit more solid drives in the second half. Couldn't quite, a little bit too many 3 and outs. Thought our run game didn't. I think the run game not being quite as effective after the first couple of drives seemed to hurt us a bit there. But hey, man, some interesting things done with Dallas Turner and the defense today. They kind of had him in sort of an off-ball linebacker situation, but again, what can we say about Sam Darnold on those last few throws, doing what he did? I mean, that's a hell of a throw he makes to Justin Jefferson on the move, like where he placed it. Man, oh man, oh man, and just keeps on doing it. Like another game-winning drive when we needed it. Man, I don't know. I'm running out of words to describe the way this guy is playing.
And right after he hurt his ankle too. Like
yes.
After he took those 2 big hits and he stepped up and ran and made that play. Like what?
So yeah, I mean that's
Can we
something
trade
this
JJ
week coming.
now?
Can we trade what?
Let's trade JJ McCarthy. Trade JJ McCarthy right now.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Hey, Jonas, how are things over in the wee dark hours of Germany?
I hope my voice holds up. We'll see. I I was at the soccer stadium of my hometown team today, so we'll see how my voice holds up. But yeah, that's the second victory I got to watch today. So it's good.
Good. What's your overall impressions?
I mean, it we had to expect it was a that it was going to be a tough game. It was on the road at Seattle. That's a place where nobody likes to play. The Seahawks are a good team. The Seahawks
Time in 20,
have a lot of
the first
the
time in what,
Seahawks.
20 something years that they won?
The Seahawks
Since 2006.
do
Focus,
a lot
Sal.
of things.
Focus here.
The Seahawks do a lot of things well that the Vikings, where the Vikings have weaknesses, they have very good interior pass rush. They have good receivers. So that was a tough game. It was a short week on the West Coast, on the road at Seattle. So I'm happy with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're right. It was a short game on the road, and they pull it out.
I think it's nice to see some of the, we know Hitman couldn't make it today. So the Vikings made a surprise by starting Bobby McCain instead of Theo Jackson. But nice to see guys like Theo Jackson contribute. Levi Drake Rodriguez made a couple of key stops on the last drive when they had to have him in there after, I think these were his first defensive snaps of the year. And Theo Jackson interception, and he made that nice, great tackle on McIntosh to force the 60-yard field goal that Myers came up short on. So a few underrated contributions by reserve players who got pressed into duty today, and shows, I think, a bit of the depth that Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah and the front office has curated here for the Vikings over the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Spoken Wheel says, y'all barely beat a 6-win team. Hey, a win's a win. All you're doing is counting W's. So
don't they have 8 wins? They have 8 wins.
They have 8 wins.
So check the notes, Spoken Wheel, before you start talking shit.
Well, geez, who knows? Like, we're still debating style points on for a 13-2 team that led the whole way until the last 4 minutes of the game, and has a point differential now of 100 and whatever it is. Like, this team is not a fraud by any stretch. They're a very good fucking team, and everybody in the league is finding that out now, and the Packers are going to find that out next week.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they will.
And they're very good. Yes. The Packers are a very good team too, but they ain't winning next week.
In our house.
No. Packers going down next week.
And I'll bet your tailgate, Sal, will be absolutely rocking.
Tailgate's going to be crazy. I will most likely not be at the game because right now it's over $400 to get in the door, but we will have the TV set up at the tailgate, so it's going to be quite the party. And I think it's going to get flexed to 325 or 305, whatever. So everybody be good and rested. We won't have to be up early. It'll be a beautiful day.
Jonas, I'd be interested to see what the time to throw for Geno Smith was in this game, because Dave and I were expecting that this would be a tough matchup for the Seattle offensive line as far as being able to handle and keeping Smith clean and giving up a lot of sacks like they have done pretty much all year. Smith wasn't really pressured a whole lot in the first half. It didn't seem like he was getting rid of the ball terribly short on a consistent basis, but maybe he was just short enough. I don't know. Is that the reason we kind of struggled to get home until late in the game when Geno did hold on to the ball a bit longer, it seemed, and allowed Gink to make those sacks?
That was one of the things I think. The other thing is the big weakness of that Seattle offensive line is the interior, just like ours. Their tackles aren't as good as ours, but they are solid. So that's why they struggled against Green Bay, because Green Bay has some rushing threats from the inside, and they didn't struggle as much today because the Vikings although they are good stopping the run on the inside, they don't have good interior pass rushers. So most of the time they got interior pressure, it was through linebacker blitzes, and you can't just send it. You can't just send those blitzes every time because Gino is going to pick them apart. He knows what he's doing there. So this was a tougher matchup for the Vikings than it was for the Packers, mainly because the Vikings can't really rush on the interior that well, and also, if I'm not mistaken, the Seahawks got one of their starters back on one of the tackle spots, which they didn't have last week. Last week it was Stone Forsythe, as far as I know, who was out of it today. They got, I think, Abram Lucas.
Lucas was brought back.
They got him back, which was big.
Yep. Hey, Tyler, how you doing?
Fuck. Look, great teams find ways to win games like that. And I really liked what Jonah said about the interior pressure. And I was kind of bringing it up. I was watching the game with my in-laws who are here for Christmas. And that was one of the big things I talked about was they don't have anybody who can generate pressure up the middle. That's why we talked so much about getting a Jeffrey Simmons or Dexter Lawrence at the trade deadline. That's why we had so many of those discussions. But when brass tacks comes around, push comes to shove, these boys find a way to get it done. And unlike 2022, when you could say, hey, this team is fraudulent, they're winning games because they're lucky, this team doesn't really have that stroke of luck. They're just straight up beating ass. They are winning football games convincingly. They're doing it without needing fluky things to happen. Sure, Jason Myers missed a field goal from 60 yards in weather. Like, that's not fluky at all. That's relatively normal. Like, I was really impressed with the resilience. I'm probably going to be irresponsible again about Sam Darnold. My mind is still blown from that touchdown pass to Jefferson at the end of the game. Not only is he evading pressure from the inside, which the offensive line was a borderline wreck most of the game, he did so by climbing the pocket, throwing on the move, and throwing an absolutely insane pass. To throw that against cover two like that, and then to put it in the perfect spot is just, it's insane. Absolutely insane. It's going to be so hard for us to let him go. And I think that's probably the right decision. But good Lord, give that man a key to the city, build him a statue or something. It's what he's doing this year is remarkable. JJ McCarthy just tweeted, what's the criteria to win coach of the year? Like, it's crazy what he's been able to do. And across the board, this team just found a way. Van Ginkel, 2 sacks in the fourth quarter. Theo Jackson playing because of no Harrison Smith gets the game-sealing interception. They pressured Gino enough. They kept him off balance. And the big thing with Gino, like it is with guys like Kirk Cousins and Derek Carr, if you get to them and you're consistent, it will eventually get to them when the pressure isn't as strong as they're acting like it is. And I think that's what happened on that final throw. He throws the out route, cover two. Theo Jackson crashes it, gets to the outside, gets the interception, game over. Man, that game, I think, gave all of us a heart attack. But if you want to win a Super Bowl, you have to win games like this. You have to win the tough ones. And this was as tough as they come. I don't care what the record says about the Seahawks. They're now 8-7. That's a damn good and damn tough football team. And you just beat them in their house, one of the toughest places to play in football. We should feel very happy going into Christmas this week that the Minnesota Vikings got the win and are still in that driver's seat to get not only the NFC North, but the number 1 seed.
And I think I want to talk about what you just said with the fluky stuff that's not there this year. And even you could even reverse that. There was a lot of fluky stuff that happened that went the Seahawks direction today. The Vikings dropped like 3 possible interceptions. Jack Griffin dropped one inside the 5, I think, which allowed the Seahawks.
Pretty tough play.
Yeah,
I
but
would call that a drop. I would call that
yeah.
like he tried to make a play and just didn't come up with it. Would have been a hell of an interception if he made it. The Cashman INT, I think, was more of a hurtful.
The Cashman one was a situation where the ball's coming at him really quick and he had to turn, and then all of a sudden it's at him and he just can't react quick enough. Kind of sucks, but I'm not going to fault him for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
FYI, everybody, ignore Spoken Wheel there in the comments. He's obviously some troll guy. Don't get
He's
worked
a
up
loser
about
with
that
no
stuff.
life. It's pretty sad, actually, that he has nothing better to do.
But the point I was
fun game.
The point I was going to make.
Go ahead, Jonas.
Somebody's got
the point I was going to make was that on a good day, the Vikings probably catch all 3 of them, or at least 2. And if they do, we are probably talking about a multiple score victory. So the Vikings, especially on defense today, left a lot of meat on the bone. They didn't tackle well. They had a lot of yards that came after contact, which is kind of uncharacteristic for this Vikings defense. They had those chances at interceptions. So there was a lot of stuff that went against the Vikings today that usually doesn't, because usually the Vikings are pretty good at punishing mistakes, and they still won. So this team is nothing, absolutely nothing like 2022.
Yeah. I want to give a huge shout out to Darren, who's not even at home right now and still found a way to make the show. Proud of you, Darren. Proud of you.
Oh, Darren's never. Yeah, he's always mad.
I'm 10 hours closer to Minnesota today.
Yeah. Listen. One of you guys has your speakers on, by the way.
All right.
All right. So one thing that I think really stood out to me over the course of the game was, and I'm going to continue to be irresponsible about Sam Darnold because I just don't care at this point, the pocket management, the understanding and sensing of pressure, the knowing when to move and where to move to be able to create windows and create space and give himself a chance to throw downfield. Because look, this offensive line is being asked to play on expert difficulty every single week. And we have issues with the offensive line, Dave, and I know you're going to jump into those because that's the one thing that, knowing you are absolutely livid about, which you have every right to be. But considering the difficulty that they are asked to play on consistently, I am not super worried about things on an overall scale because of how Darnold's able to manipulate space, and he's able to climb, and he's able to find these lanes and be able to hit players down the field. Now, there were a couple plays that receivers normally bring those in. TJ Hawkinson on a couple third downs had balls that, hey, he probably should have caught, but he just didn't. Jalen Naylor had one on the sidelines. Jordan Addison had one on the sidelines. Both of those were knocked out by defenders. There were opportunities left on the field by this Vikings team. And I think that's like when you kind of talk about some of that luck quotient, like some of the things that normally go their way didn't today. And they still found a way to win. They still found a way to overcome. And Sam Darnold is the engine of this team. He is the catalyst. He is finding ways to make plays that Kirk Cousins just could not make. He was not able to be that kind of manipulator in the pocket, slide into open space, sense pressure, and maneuver away from it. Just like, there's a reason why I've been talking about him as like an MVP candidate. He's not going to win, and I don't think he should, but I believe he needs to be like a finalist for it because of what he's done and how he's carried this offense. He's in line to win NFC Player of the Month for the second time. Over 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, 1 pick. And that 1 pick was kind of bullshit against the Bears where it was 4th down, and he's like, hey, I at least have to give my guys a chance to catch this. You take that out of the equation, he's played turnover-free football all month. And just, I can't say enough great things about him. They made the right call in bringing in Darnold. And this is what happens when you have a talented guy who gets a good situation and the right coaching and a team that believes in him. Like, look at how that offensive line reacted when Darnold made that throw and that touchdown was scored. They were acting like their kid just hit their first home run in T-ball. It was beautiful. That kind of camaraderie is special. That is bred from culture, which is what Kwesi Ofo-Mensah and Kevin O'Connell spent so long to instill in this team. I'm absolutely over the moon about where this team is, what's going on, and the fact that they get the Green Bay Packers now in 7 days, and the Packers are going to come on a short week, having played the Saints on Monday Night Football. Week 17 Packer games have not been friendly to the Vikings over the last couple years. This doesn't feel like one of those games. This feels different. This feels like maybe we need to start talking about the Vikings as like a team of destiny, where it just feels like it's going to happen. I know
put the
words
brakes
like
on
that.
No.
We're
We're
like,
not there
listen,
yet.
You know what? I'm there yet. Busch Light is there.
I'm not.
Like, this team is just different. This team is different.
It's special.
And you know what? It may end poorly, but it's special. And I think we should recognize that in the moment and not just when it's done.
No, without
True.
a doubt, it's a special season. And as our buddy of ours, Drew Bunting, says, do you go to a concert to piss and moan about everything, about the stadium and the seating and all this? No, you go to enjoy the music. This season, yeah, there's stuff to pick on about that's not been going exactly perfectly. But hey, we're 13-2. We've doubled what Vegas had projected us. This is a magical season. So enjoy the music, people. Enjoy it while it lasts. Hopefully it lasts all the way into February. But we will see. Hey, and KOC, first ever coach in Minnesota Vikings history to win 13 games twice in 3 years. That's something. And the way the team is bonded together, it's a magical season.
Also, let's not forget that today the Eagles lost. So the number one seed is almost certainly going to run through the NFC North. So if the Vikings win next week, this will the Vikings-Lions game will almost certainly be played on Sunday night, and it will certainly be for the number one seed.
And the division, both. Yes.
Sure. I mean, the division is a given if you talk about the number one seed. So I was focusing on that.
So, Sal, you seem so happy today.
Honestly, you guys, I'm so happy. I mean, this is the first game that I think I really had a doubt towards the end if they were going to come back and get it, just because it seemed like they scored too fast. I think based on how the game was going in the second quarter and how the defense wasn't really able to stop them, it didn't have a lot of confidence that they were going to be able to do it. And I was really scared. And I'm just so proud of Sam Darnold that I really just want to cry, because it's just like, I don't know, I'm just so happy for him and also happy for us. And I can't believe that this is a situation. So yeah, I'm so fucking happy right now.
Sal, I think your mic or your headset's going in and out.
Oh.
So.
There it is.
Sorry. What's that?
Well,
yeah, it's way better now.
Yep.
Okay.
Now it goes muffled again. So it's got to be the headset.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try to get off of it.
Every time you put your ears close or your hands close to your earphones, it works.
Is this good?
Yeah.
It's better.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Now you went to muffle.
I'm going to take it off.
All right. What?
Is this better?
Yes.
Much better.
Oh, wow. Okay. Did you hear what I said, or I need to repeat it?
All we can hear is the mic on your headset. So, all right. Now, next week we have Green Bay. We got to get home tonight. This is going to be an interesting week because it's Packers week, and we all know how to do that.
Yeah, it's going to be the most important Packers game since, you could say, 2019, Week 16 Monday Night Football, or Week 17, 2015, the infamous Teddy Bridgewater odd fumble game where he fumbled an interception right into the Packers' lap. Yeah, this is going to be huge. And Jonas bringing up the Philly point is a great one, because now the Vikings, it's a guarantee that if they win out, they are the number one seed. It's not, hey, we think we'll have strength of victory. No, it's a guarantee. You will win the division. You will have home field advantage. And anybody who wants to go to the Super Bowl from the NFC has to come into your house and win a football game. And I think that's such a huge deal for this team. That's such a huge impact in how things might manifest for the Minnesota Vikings. And Freddie mentions they open as a 2-point favorite over the Packers. That means it's basically a pick 'em on a neutral field. Get it done.
Yeah. Hopefully more players will get healthy, and we'll come in firing on all cylinders with the crowd behind us.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be a lot of Packers fans.
Okay, I think I'm back.
Yes.
I think the big one for the Packers, especially on defense, is going to be, can they get Ivan Pace back, and how good has he held up? Because that run defense got gashed the last few games, and it was really good.
Where do you think?
It was really good so far, and therefore getting Pace back against the Packers, who have Josh Jacobs, would be really, really important.
Yes.
Yeah.
For them.
And it's a KOC said that Pace was progressing quite well in his rehab, so maybe he does have a shot at getting back for this week's game against the Packers.
Oddly enough, go ahead, Jonas.
If I remember correctly, he even said that he expects him to be back as soon as he can get off IR. So I think he has a good shot.
Yeah. Pace has been so pivotal in how the Vikings play run defense, and the fact that they've been so good against the run, allowing, I believe it was only 57 yards today, was just remarkable. But then again, the Seahawks really didn't try to run the ball at all.
No.
So there's that. Getting Pace back would be huge. I think the biggest thing that this Vikings team needs is they need to capitalize on pressure. They need to continue to capitalize. And next week's going to be harder because you have to find a way to not only pressure Jordan Love, you have to contain him, and you have to keep him in the pocket and do everything that you did in that first half of that Green Bay game. If you can do that, like, that game's easily winnable. I think the Vikings will end up winning that game, but it's going to be another dogfight. And by the time the Vikings get into the playoffs, they're going to be seasoned more than just about any other team in the National Football League.
And remember, we dominated them the first time.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll see how you should remember that the Green Bay defense is different now than it was when we played them at Lambeau. They've gotten seemed to quite a bit better, generating more pressures. The turnovers they've been able to get all year, but Hafley seems to have taken to Hafley's defense now, and they're stouter than they were, or they have up until this point. So let's see if the Vikings offense can be as dangerous as it has been the past 4 or 5 weeks against an improved Green Bay defense.
Mhm.
Collinsworth was raving about Edger and Cooper last week, the linebacker from the rookie linebacker from the Packers. Okay, but sometimes Collinsworth gets on one player and just keeps on riding them. So, but somebody to watch out for there.
Okay. Sal, you got a whole bunch of dogs today.
I do. We have a dog party. Is my audio better now?
Yes, much.
Okay. Sorry. I am like impromptu with these Bluetooth headphones. So, yeah, I have a lot of dogs here today. Yeah, I don't know. Do I need to repeat what I said earlier? Are we good? We don't
No,
need to
we're
hear
good.
my Sam Darnold proud speech. Yeah.
Well, we look forward to Victory Tuesday, which will be a
Yes,
special
Victory
show.
Tuesday, Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve.
It's going to be the Vikings First and SKOL Christmas extravaganza.
Yeah, what are we doing?
We're going to have everybody on, or at least submit some sort of tape.
Yeah.
Even
well, there's not
Jonas.
going to be any coal from Santa this year because, 13 wins. So we're going to have, 15? No
Yes.
coal coming our way. No
15
coal.
15-2, baby. 15-2.
Yeah. Yep.
Tyler, what do we got going on tomorrow night?
Well, first, so everybody knows, special time, 5 p.m. Central. We have family dinner reservations at Monday night, so we're going to go a little bit early. We're going to talk all about the game. Dukes, I think. We're going to be in one of those little igloo gimmicks, so that'll be kind of cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You can bring your dog there, too.
Oh, I love Odie. I'm not bringing him. That boy will cause too much trouble. Yeah, we're going to talk about this game. We're going to talk about some of the nuances and talk about plays like Dallas Turner getting that interception and why the Dante Hightower comps were made. We're going to talk about Sam Darnold, just overall pocket presence, and then try to spin this forward to the Green Bay Packers and kind of see how things go from there. And just what a game. What a win.
Absolutely. Jonas, you got anything going over in Germany this week?
We'll have to see how we get something done during Christmas. So I don't know. We'll probably get something done. I would guess it's gonna be on Friday, but I don't expect anything before that, and we'll have to see.
Gotcha. Darren, I know you and I are going to get together next Saturday, right?
We are.
Mm-hmm. So.
And we'll see what goes up in the week, but there was something I wanted to mention, but I seem to have lost that train of thought. But how about Dallas Turner? Like, he looked like a defensive back on that interception almost. And Jihad Ward played a shit ton today, it seemed. He was in there more than I've seen him all season. So Flores, every week, he's got somebody doing in a different role, or not in a different role, but playing more than you think. A couple of weeks is Jalen Redmond. He was out today, unfortunately. Hopefully we get him back for the Packers game. Today, Ward played a lot he must have liked the matchup. It looked like he was using 3 big bodies up front and Ward on a lot of those early downs. I guess he must have been anticipating the Seahawks were going to run the ball a lot. They did not.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get into the Packers-Vikings game, of course, and talk about other developments that pique my interest as the week goes on.
Yes. And on the Turner interception, the absolute shit-eating grin by B-Flow on the sidelines when they cut to him was absolutely worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Just absolutely worth it.
Incredible.
All right, folks. Any last words before we bail off this stream?
Yeah.
No.
No Real Forno show on Christmas. We will have a second one. Time to be determined. This is why you need to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell, because when that show gets scheduled, you will know immediately.
And you don't want to miss it.
Yeah, everyone have a great Packer week, you guys. It's going to be a very fun one and a game to look forward to for one. Well, not for once, but like you guys were saying, the Week 17's haven't been great. So
Yeah, and in true Vikings fashions, let's end the show with a SKOL and a fuck the Packers.
Oh, I would never speak profanity on this show.
Yes, Darren.
That's because you're barely on this show, Darren. You know, it's hard to do that.
Oh,
if you're not here.
that's getting old, Tyler, and also inaccurate. But keep on with the narrative.
Hey, I watched Dave on Friday night.
you didn't show up Friday?
No, he was
Yeah,
there.
I was
Friday.
there. Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. You guys absolutely rocked, even with some of the troll style of comments, but we're glad to have you. And as we say, we want you to have a healthy, happy holidays. Hopefully join us tomorrow night for the Real Forno show. And as always, SKOL Vikings.
SKOL Vikings.
SKOL Vikings.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And share this episode with your friends and even your enemies. We'd love it. Thanks for watching Vikings First and SKOL. We are part of the Fans First Sports Network, and we appreciate each and every one of you. SKOL.